You already know this is Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. And ladies and gentlemen, we have to change the culture. We have to change the culture when it comes to the sport of boxing. The culture, especially when it comes from fans, the culture is very disgusting at this point. The culture of boxing is all about hating, disrespecting, discrediting, devaluing modern day warriors, modern day gladiators that put their life on the line for pure entertainment, that put their life on the line to take care of themselves and their family. Literally with their bare hands, they fight for a living. Now, there's a lot of people that call themselves fight fans, hardcore boxing fans, casuals, or whatever. In general, overall, it has become a disgusting culture that really disrespects these athletes, these fighters, and I don't understand why. Why do we watch? Why do people watch these men and women that step inside that ring or octagon? How do their art translate to our lives? Why are we watching them? Are we entertained to see downfalls? Or we just do it for bragging rights? You pick a favorite fighter, your friend or family member picks his favorite fighter, and then y'all just go at one another. Your favorite fighter loses, so now you need to disrespect the other fighter because it didn't give you your bragging rights. You was wrong about your prediction. Damn it, that fighter made you look stupid. You know, I'm trying to find why this culture of the sport of boxing, when it comes to fans, has become so barbaric, more barbaric than what goes inside the ring. It's time that us, especially the hardcore boxing fans, which really know the sport of boxing, and especially starts with us, because when there is no event, when there's nothing popping in the sport of boxing, especially right now when you got coronavirus, and yes, fights are coming back, but guess who's holding boxing down? The casuals ain't holding boxing down. Mass media is not holding boxing down. The hardcore boxing is what keeps boxing alive. So we need to start a trend of respecting, of holding up the value of these fighters, to give them credit when credit is due. You don't have to give extra credit, but give credit where credit is due. Now, I'm going to speak in my perception of what I see in the American circuit. It has gone to a point where a boxer loses a round, and it's almost like he lost the whole fight. It's almost like he lost half of his career if he loses a round. A lot of fans will be like, oh, he got exposed. Because it seems like fans are just geared to see something perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect fighter. There is no such thing as a perfect fighter. But you could be perfect in preparation. It's time that we really get into the sport of boxing. Follow the journeys of these fighters. Not just tune in when there's an event. Just not tune in when there's a contractual agreement, when there's going to be an upcoming fight. We need to get in tune with these fighters and their journey so we can understand their passion, so we can understand their sacrifices. Because I just can't get why, if we call ourselves fans of the sport of boxing, we go so far in disrespecting these fighters. When you and I know that this is the most dangerous, most difficult sport there is in this world. Other sports, you have fun. You don't have fun in boxing. Everything is a survival mode. And then when there's fighters that get paralyzed, when there's fighters that die in the ring, then it humbles us. It shouldn't be that way. These fighters nowadays, their careers walking on eggshells, because if they lose, their stock just go down. And who's the stockholders? Us. I hear derogatory names going at these men and women. I see derogatory names that actually call out the manhood of those men that step inside the ring. I hear the words bum, excuse my language. I hear the word pussy. I hear the phrase, you ain't shit. Tomato can. Uber driver. Cab driver. I think it's totally disrespectful, regardless how you feel, and you may have your perspective style. Regardless, you may feel about the 100th ranked fighter. He's also fighting for a living. He's also trying to make ends meet. And maybe he's just fighting those bouts because he needs to pay the rent, the mortgage, just to survive. And his pay could just be $1,000, $700, $1,200, $5,000, or whatever. They're also fighting for their lives. Also, I have a problem, and I said this in one of my live shows, I have a problem that why does, on the come up, these fighters are getting respected, are getting hyped, are getting love, and then they reach their dream, everything they worked hard for, everything they have sacrificed since a young age. A lot of these fighters, they start at a young age, fight their 100, 200 plus fights for free in the amateur circuit, work their butt off to reach the pinnacle, to reach the point of becoming not only a champion in their state, on their respective town, they become world champion. World champion. Accomplishing a dream. And then when they get to that point, that's the point in boxing that now we want to discredit them. Tell them that they haven't fought nobody. Tell them that they haven't done nothing. All that work they put out for, that's almost like if you do everything in school and now you're about to graduate and you get your degree. And you want to exhale. I did it. Can you imagine when you go through all that stuff in school and you pass your regents and your state test and have 4.0, you work hard, you put in the work. You put in the work. And then once you have your diploma or your degree, they tell you, well, you ain't shit. You ain't do nothing. What kind of degree you got? Really? That's it? Nah. You got to go back to school now. Now the critique starts? Really? Why do we hate what we love? Why? What it do to you to give another man credit? Does it tamper with your ego? Does it tamper with your pride? Now I can understand if you want to support your countrymen, of course, support your countrymen. Especially if you go to the Olympics and there's USA versus United Kingdom, USA versus Japan, or Japan versus Cuba, or whatever. I respect that. But just because you respect your countryman or your favorite fighter, that does not mean you have to disrespect the opponent. These fighters are humble. Don't get with the promotion. They know how to sell. People need to sell a fight. It's not personal. You got to understand the business of boxing. You got to understand what they got to do to sell a fight. If we love the sport and we know for a fact what these men go through, sometimes we have no idea also. So I'm not even going to say facts, because I don't believe a lot of people, they hate the way they hate and disrespect these fighters. They don't know what these fighters go through. They don't even want to know what these fighters go through, because a lot of people out here see them as chickens and pit bulls, and you think they're just a piece of meat. They're human beings that make their sacrifices, that do their road work and put their family to a side and put everything to a side. And yes, it's a team effort. What they train is nutritionist, strength and conditioning coach, and things of that nature. All the teachers. Then they got to go out there and execute it all by themselves, with the support of the fans or not. But they got to do it. And they got to do it in front of the whole world. Some people get mad when a boxer loses and maybe he can't take his loss. And then people be like, oh, he can't take his loss as a man. It takes a man to step inside that ring as well. Losing in front of the whole wide world is not easy. In the end of the day, they're humans. Can you imagine if you're in a relationship and you everything is going well in your life, and then you get dumped in the middle, and you get dumped in front of the whole world by a person that you love, and you thought that she loved you in front of the whole world? Can you take that? No. A fighter feels embarrassed. A fighter also feel like they let their family down and their kids down when they're watching, and their trainers, all the people that put their family to a side as well to help this fighter accomplish success, accomplish a win, accomplish glory, accomplish greatness. Anthony Joshua will lose one fight and everybody's saying he's not a boxer, he's a model. He should fire his trainer. Deontay Wilder loses and all hell break loose. One loss and that's it. You got people in the sport of boxing like Teddy Atlas saying that he can't fight. What a damn disservice is that? How a credible name like that bury his own sport? Why are we burying the sport that we love? Why are we burying these men alive? Why are we trying to bury their career? What's the reason for that? I want to know. Because even if you're tuning into this video right now, this content, you love boxing, or you wouldn't be tuning in. You want to hear some perspective. You want to hear boxing content. Why are we so accustomed to wanting to see someone fail in life? What is the reason? What is the reason? Why? Why does it hype you up? Does it give you an orgasm to see somebody lose? I want to know why. What is going on with you in your life that this is what you need to see? Why are people, it's a disease of insecurity. It's a disease of self-hate. Why? Why you can't see this as what it is? A art, and a beautiful art at that. If somebody get knocked down and he gets back up, it's a beautiful thing. If somebody takes their losses but yet comes back and goes into the drawing board and switch up their game style, switch up their style, put more tools in the toolbox and come into their next fight and be successful. Why we just can't just get in touch with the journey? This is a journey. This is a book. Why? What is the reason? I want to know. Leave it in the comment box if you can. Why?